Well, this is sure something. What's going on, people? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk for some CSGO news. As per usual, all of today's stories will be timestamped down below. A couple of teams making changes at very weird times, that being Vitality alongside Mad Lions. First up, Vitality will be 17-year-old Misutaaa, who, by the way, was first brought to us by Nell as a prospect apparently for quite some time in the French scene. G2 Academy at one point in time wanted to enter CSGO. That project was scrapped. He supposedly was a name to be actually named for that roster. Along with that, though, when it comes time for tiered experience in the top tier of CS, none. In the lower tiers of CS, it's really tough to track this kind of guy in Misutaaa, who, yes, is just 17 years old and will jump from wherever he was to the top tier of CSGO with Vitality just 2 months away from major play. Along with this, we actually know now it will be not Shocks. God forbid him and his stats take on the IGL reigns. On top of that, it will be Apex to take the IGL reigns, formerly of Alex, who will now depart the roster. We talked about yesterday the strenuous travel that Vitality has gone through. In 2019 alone, 36 of the 52 weeks of that year they spent traveling. That's why Alex is out, probably going to some, who knows what team he'll be going to. And of course, his departure at this point in time, 2 months out of the major, is going to be devastating for this roster, especially when you consider all the prospects out there are likely taken or under buyout. That's why a guy like Haji supposedly was not picked up. You feel gut-wrenched for a guy like Haji, who could have gone to the top tier for Vitality if he did not have a buyout and was not under contract. You got to imagine Vitality paid enough for a guy like Shocks and probably paying very little compared to him for a 17-year-old Misutaaa who is unproven at this level. Absolutely unproven. If I am worried for any top team at the major right now, it's got to be Vitality. Of course, wishing them the best of luck. Huge props to Alex for actually stepping away from this level of CSGO for his own health concerns. But when it comes time for replacing him this close to a major, it could be devastating. We will see if Misutaaa can actually step it up and prove himself to be the next young rising French talent. As of right now, I think it would be dumb of me not to be concerned about them. Speaking of concern out there, Mad Lions fans, yes, we're going to speak next on actually a brand new Flashpoint founding member. If you guys watched yesterday's episode, I consulted all of you guys in the comment section to try and figure out who would be joining the founding teams to be one of the 10 founding teams for Flashpoint League. One of those teams is actually Mad Lions. Currently, the top-ranked Flashpoint team is Mad Lions. They have now also benched their IGL and leader, that being God Hunden. And I don't know what they are doing, but this certainly this is surprising because of the timing, not surprising because of the overall stats and actually the context. Does that make sense? This is a team who has over the past 4, 5, 6 months has literally risen through the ranks. They have looked impressive in doing so and certainly have promising talent on the roster. To do this now, we're missing some part of the picture. At the point of me recording this, it's actually probably the day before you guys are watching it, so I expect them to announce sometime soon the fill-in, the replacement for Hunden, who has to be firepower, right? If there is one thing when it comes time for lacking Hunden it does not have, it's firepower. No one is denying it, but he certainly led this team and at some point in time can join this roster and actually got them working together to almost be a nearly top 10 team and to now make it where they are now, a part of Flashpoint. Of course, going to be making their major run as well, and to kick him like this is unexpected. This is surprising by a lot of people out there. And will this also be as devastating as Vitality losing Alex? I think it very well could be, especially when it comes time for their major run. At the point of you guys watching this, their major run at the closed qualifier for Europe, it continues in 24 hours. Which does mean by the time of me recording this, they decided to bench their IGL for whatever reason 2 days before the biggest qualifier of their entire careers. This can't go well. It's the European closed qualifier. You will have no established IGL. This will not go well, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I love a guy like Bubsky to death, but this is something. We're missing something. So for Vitality, 2 months before they appear at the major, because they already hold that major spot, they lose their IGL, who by the way is a pretty established, consistent fragging IGL compared to most others in the scene. They replace him with an unproven 17-year-old talent. And then Mad Lions, when it comes time for their major run, the closed qualifier happens, and 2 days before that, the hardest qualifier of the entire major we all know is Europe, and they kick their established IGL, albeit not a fragging IGL by any means out there, but certainly they got to explain this one, guys, because he's also a fan favorite for this roster for sure. Some huge huge changes happening for these two teams. We will see how they can recover and if they can actually improve without their IGLs. It could be possible. It's certainly possible, but you guys are probably concerned like I am as well. Very lastly, speaking of concerns out there, that's going to be for Flashpoint League. We talked about it just yesterday. They currently, at that point in time, had 6 founding teams, 4 yet to be announced to actually pay that buy-in fee to be a founding member. The newest one will be Envy to join that list of 6 already established ones, mainly American rosters. Envy also a borderline American roster now as well, with their new roster kind of filtered together by Nifty. We all know the backstory around that. No need to jab at that any further, but it does make you question again, who will be the remaining 3 founding teams? Because so far of the 7 that have been announced, none of them are top hitting teams currently. Mad Lions, MIBR, Dignitas Gen G. I mean, yes, they all have potential, right? But currently speaking, they are not. They have the potential to be, but when it comes time to comparing ESL to Flashpoint, there is certainly no comparison. And my biggest curiosity is there are 3 spots left. Who can you name that is willing to pay for the spot? As of right now, all the teams you're probably going to name, the Tylus, the Bigs, maybe a Heretics, a Havu, whoever it might be, they're also trying to qualify for free through the global qualifiers. So then once they don't qualify through those, maybe do they buy in the spot? Who is left? Chaos? I can't name a team. I need your guys' help. Yes, there are 3 founding spots left to fill the eventual 10 founding spots, plus 2 global qualifiers. The 12 total teams for Flashpoint are slowly coming together, and we have yet to announce anyone, in my opinion, that's a big viewership draw and a big promising team. And I'm not trying to be mean. You guys, at some point in time, we have to be honest about this. I'm just very curious who is left. I love the viewers in the comments out there because I didn't think about it until now. TSM a long time was rumored to come back. If TSM can somehow nail down a heavy hitting roster and come back for the league, that might be a draw. Besides that, the Tyloo was my next one to head. I can't think of many others, so I need your help. Some big news happening in CSGO. I love, as per usual, breaking it down for all of you guys. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your mornings, evenings, nights, wherever you are around the world. Until next time, see you guys later.